located here. Techstars class of 2010 Seattle is going strong right now. So there are 10 companies upstairs working hard to develop new companies. So that's cool. And a number of Founders Co-op portfolio companies, which we are one of, are also housed here. So a whole bunch of tech startups, and hopefully we'll be having lots more events in this particular spot. I also, and Andy did not come back down. Andy's busy upstairs. So I also wanted to introduce to you Ring Nishioka. At Big Door, we're growing very quickly. We're trying to hire some really good talent. We currently have 9 open positions, a lot of them tech, but in other areas as well. And so we're always looking for good referrals. And so we wanted to say a public thank you to some folks who've helped us out in that regard recently. Ring?
Thank you, Keith. My name is Ring, and as Keith mentioned, we do have a number of openings. Before I go into that, I wanted to give a special kind of badge/gift to the guys at Lookstat. Is Casey and Raul up in here? Come on up, dude. Come on in. So these two guys are at Lookstat, and if you are a micro photographer, they will help you with back-end services and analytics for your sales. But these guys referred to us a Python dev, and we wanted to say thank you with a Blue Label Johnny Walker. Very much. Thank you. So let me quickly go through. Thank you, guys. Seriously, 2 of the most gracious guys in here. We're looking for an office admin, SDET, technical BI analytics person, Python devs, plural, sysops with the dev skills, a DBA, and a UX with web dev skills. So if you know anybody, we would really appreciate a referral. And there you go. Thank you.
Nothing for you,
So
Tom.
thanks for coming, everybody, and here you go, Keith.
Thank you, Ring. I'm going to stand back up here. So I don't want to take up much of your time here because we're all enjoying lunch and some good networking, but I wanted to talk just briefly about gamification and show you a couple of examples that where gamification happens to be working very, very effectively. Gamification is the layering on of a metagame on top of something that is not typically a game. So case in point, we are all here having lunch, and yet we've layered a simple little collection game on top of us having lunch. So let me take a little poll here. How many people have gotten at least 1 stamp on your card here? At least 1. All right. How about 3? Anybody gotten 3 stamps yet? 6? Anybody 6? Oh, we have some 6s. Any 9? You can't have gotten 9 yet because you haven't asked me a question up here yet. So let me ask you this: how many people would say that having this simple little collection game on top of lunch has increased at least a little bit of fun and also increased the social interaction that's been going on in this particular room? How many think it was completely lame and stupid? Okay, find those people afterwards and tickle them or something because they need to chill out. Now, so this is kind of the point we wanted to demonstrate. What Big Door does is we power game mechanics, and we help companies add game mechanics to their site, and hopefully in doing so we make the site more fun and more engaging for users. And so this is a kind of a cute little example of how that works, at least in the real world. So I'll give you a couple of examples where Big Door is powering game mechanics. And so DevHub, where's the guys from DevHub? They're around here somewhere. So DevHub has this amazing platform that allows companies to be able to easily create websites. So if you're a blogger or if you're a small business, you can easily build out a website, and it's a very cool, very high-functioning website. The problem for them was that they realized that a lot of people would come in, start to create a website, and they wouldn't finish the website, or maybe that they wouldn't maintain the website, or they wouldn't add advanced features to their website, and there just wasn't a lot of activity on those sites. Thank you. Welcome. So they decided to turn the act of creating a website into a game. And so they partnered with Big Door, and now when you go to DevHub, you as you create a website, you're actually playing a game. You're getting points, you're getting badges, you're getting debitors, and you're progressing through a game. And you're able to buy virtual goods, and you're able to kind of see the progress that you're making. It's interesting that the activity level that users now have. A typical user, when they would come to do DevHub before gamification, they would do about 4 actions on a website in their first session. Now that number is 12. So they have had a 3x increase in the amount of activity or the amount of actions that a brand new user will take when they create a new website. So that's significant. One of the things that they do that's really effective is that they lead the user through taking various actions. So they tell them, hey, here's the next step that you can take, here's the next step, and by the way, every single time you do one of these things, you get some points, and those things ultimately lead to earning debitors, earning badges, and being able to progress. And even your site itself can actually get points, and it can level up as well. So you can keep track of how well you're doing as well as how well your particular site is doing. They've also, as I mentioned, they're using the Big Door platform to power their virtual currency as well as their virtual goods. And it's worth noting that 3 months ago, before they launched gamification on their site, they had 0 revenue coming from virtual goods, and now virtual goods represents 30% of their total revenue in the company. So it's making a big impact, and they have done a fantastic job of integrating the Big Door platform. I'd also point out that if you feel like you need help building out game mechanics, and you need dev help, and you need design help, they happen to be a great partner of ours, so find those guys and make sure you talk to them about that, because they can do a fantastic job for you. So one more example, golfmagic.com is a site that caters to golfers, and of course golfers are inherently very competitive. They like to be able to see how well they're doing, and so Golf Magic has introduced a game mechanic primarily focused around a leaderboard, and so how well you're doing in comparison to other people who you're competing with. So you can come to Golf Magic and you can do things like post on a forum, or you can write comments, or you can write product reviews, and every time you do these things you're earning points, and those points are progressing you up on the leaderboard. And as we can see, Patrick needs to step it up there because he is NA currently, and there's people ahead of him on the leaderboard. So those are a couple of examples of customers who are using game mechanics to drive user engagement. One of the things we also found is that we're a startup. The company's been around for about a year, and while we have a really powerful API to be able to add game mechanics to your site, you need to be a developer in order to be able to implement our platform. So we are quickly changing that, and so last week we announced the launch of a product called Badge-O-Matic. And Badge-O-Matic allows you to easily be able to add badges and create badges. And then just yesterday, we launched our first WordPress plugin. So this is the first ever gamification WordPress plugin. So if you have a WordPress site, now you can easily add points to your site. You can allow users to be able to level up and to be able to be rewarded for adding comments, as well as just checking in and coming back to your site on a regular basis. Of course, this ultimately leads to users earning badges, which drives more loyalty and further engagement. And you can also have leaderboards so that you can call out and call attention to some of your most active and best and most engaged users. So we are that process, by the way, if you have a WordPress site, it takes about an hour currently to go through the process. You don't have to be a developer. You can install a WordPress plugin, and you can have game mechanics on your site. We are working hard to get that down to about 15 minutes for any platform, so we have a lot of work to do, so we're working really hard to make game mechanics easy to implement. But that's what we're doing, and that's the path that we are on. Love to take questions if anybody has any questions. You'll earn points if you ask a question. Yeah?
Do you charge to use the platform?
Sorry? Oh, do we charge? Is that what you asked?
How much
do we charge? Yes, you're assuming we do charge. So we have a model where you get the first 100,000 API calls of our platform free every month. And then beyond that, there's a scaled tiered pricing. So as an example, the first 1,000,000 API calls, after the first 100,000, you would pay 25 cents for every 1,000 API calls that you make. And once you get above 20 million API calls a month, that goes down to 10 cents for every 1,000 API calls. So it's charged based on the usage. No upfront fees, no cost to get started. Mr. Todd.
You haven't paid for the development
So question is, do you have to pay for the development of the badges on your own, or do we help with that? So we have template badges that you can use on our site. So once you sign up for a Big Door account, you get access to the API, and you can use the Badge-O-Matic to easily create some sample badges, and you can certainly use those badges. If you want to create your own, you can certainly replace those and use your own as well.
Right here.
Yeah.
I noticed you have one of these. How many do you have filled out?
How many do I have filled out? That is a great question. I have 0 filled out. So, yes, I suck, but thank you for pointing that out. And he's interviewing with us later today, so bonus points for that.
Can you ask yourself a question?
Can I ask myself a question? I just did. I get one badge. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That was a question.
I just asked myself that, yes. Yeah.
Do you have any support for, say, mobile clients more than web clients?
So yeah, great question. Do we have support for mobile clients? Our platform is a RESTful API, and so anything that can make an HTTP request can use and access our API. With that said, we are working on tools that will make it much easier, depending on which platform, mobile platform you happen to be on, in order to integrate our stuff. Yes.
Have you been able to apply this platform to any type of service industry like accountants or lawyers or things like that? Or do you know if there's a way to even do that?
So good question. Have we seen game mechanics being added to professional services like accountants, lawyers, that kind of thing? They need it. Wow, don't they? We haven't seen that. We don't have any clients that are live. We would love to brainstorm ideas on ways that game mechanics can be added. We certainly specialize in the digital world, and so depending on what kind of site, what kind of community maybe the site may have, I think there's very likely room for that. All right. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I want to say a big, huge thank you for coming, and please enjoy the food. We have a lot of food, so make sure that you eat all of it. You can buy cookies, by the way, over there for 1 gold coin. You can earn gold coins, as you can see by on the back of your cheat sheet here. And so complete the game, have a lot of fun, find a Big Door person if you have any questions, and thanks again for coming.